We can go down a long line of what ifs for every game. And just like I supported John Harbaugh for going forward, I'm gonna support um, Zach Taylor for going forward versus Ravens instead of taking the points and tying the game. I'm gonna support, of course, Brandon Staley for going forward for trying to win the game. See, our approach, I like his approach because it's so different. These were games we were losing 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
These are games where we were punting and they was going down the field and getting in field goal range and we were losing. So absolutely, as a committee fan, absolutely, nah, we ain't taking that risk no more. Gone in and now. We got by the numbers, we got a top 5 quarterback by the numbers in the NFL so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, if you got a chance and he got a chance to end the game, go end the game. Now a lot of people want to make reference to the Keenan Allen. Let me address Keenan Allen. His approach is 100% different if he was playing. I'm gonna tell you why. Because 98% of the time on fourth down, that's who we going to. So he's not gonna be like, man, what we doing? He was like, nah, let's do it because he getting the ball, right? He's gonna get the ball. And rightfully so, he should, because nobody can hold him in one-on-one. But a lot of people blowing his tweet out of proportion. It's easy for us to say that when you watch it, but it's a whole different game when you in the game, right?
Same thing like with Cam Hayward after that game, right? The little Twitter blast deal, like when a player is voicing something, it might not be just because it's a tweet. You're not in the room with them. You don't know really what they're meaning. Like Keenan Allen comes off as like questioning his coach, but I'm pretty sure that's not what he's really.
That's not it. It's not, and I like how Ryan Clark put it. Ryan Clark was like, yeah, it's easy for him to say that when he was watching it, but he's not saying it when he's playing because he know he's getting the ball.
Hey Nick, I appreciate that follow to start off. Nick said, "Would you feel the same if the Browns would have made that field goal?"
No, absolutely not. I was praying. I wish I was. I was literally praying when they called time. I said, "Please go for it. Do not punt this ball." Because, bro, we have 4 pressures all game. I was not convinced. I know what Staley said. He got on the podium and said, "I believe in the defense." I didn't. I was scared, bro. Amari Cooper was cooking. Davis Njoku got turned up. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he got in late. Like, these people were moving the ball at the time when they was moving it. Like, so it was easy. To me, I believe they could have crossed the 50 and got in the same exact spot they were in, regardless if you kicked it or went for it, in my opinion.
Do you feel that? All right, so when you saying you support that, right? You supported Zach Taylor, you support John Harbaugh, so you support Josh McDaniels?
Yes. I texted Josh. I'm like, Josh, do you think that was stupid? Because he went and got it. The same exact spot on the field. That's what you got to do to win games, bro. Like, these teams are now. You can say, yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs and y'all playing the Browns. I understand that, right? You got to go for it when you're playing Patrick Mahomes. But, bro, these still, like I told you, bro, Kevin Stefanski is probably one of the top offensive play callers in the league, bro. Like, whether we want to acknowledge that or not. So I don't care. They moved the ball. They moved the ball well for them to have Jacoby Brissett. So I imagine, like, yes, I believe they could have gotten field goal range if they punted the ball. If we punted the ball, I honestly do. And they still in field goal range. And let's talk about the result. He missed it week 3 and 2. We them Monday night.
Louis said the Chargers defense couldn't stop air coming out of a balloon.
He had text him. I said, bro, that was expected, right? Because we talk about one of the top offensive lines in the country. We talking about if you're running the ball, I don't care who your quarterback is. When you're running the ball as well as they running it, like they leading the lead in rushing for a reason. When you run the ball the way they running it, the passing game becomes easy.
Yeah,
it's easy. If we sit back in zone majority of the game because we got to keep our eyes on it. Now we did a lot better in the second half. He only had 9 carries for 36 yards in the second half, but in the first half, like it still takes effect. Like he still can pop. I mean, they got a decent offensive line. We wouldn't get no pass rushing down Joey Bosa. Like it was crazy. Like I was nervous.
And Nick Chubb was eating, but
he was going crazy. I'm like, man, and it was not like he was there. The man just don't go to the ground, bro. He just don't get tackled.
Right.
I think it's true.
I mean, I was just about to piggyback off of what Darius said. I mean, the Browns do move the ball well enough to be in games to win.
100%.
I believe Deshaun Watson probably would take them over the top, but they are still missing. They need some more playmakers, and their defense looks like some fucking shit.
like we was having our way. Exactly. Like on the opposite end, they was having their way. We was having our way as well.
I'm not for sure if Myles Garrett was playing that. Was he playing?
Yeah, he played our game.
See, that's how.
He didn't play.
Myles Garrett
didn't play.
I thought he did play either.
Myles Garrett did play.
Oh well.
yeah, we like that. I've been trying to tell y'all. Him and Jadeveon Clowney, non-factors.
Anyway,
I mean, that's neither.
I can't listen to him rave all day now.
So look, let's get into it. I know everybody, chat included. If you agreed on this call or not, everybody was watching Monday Night Football. Was 2 calls: the Tom Brady roughing the passer, and also Monday Night Football when Derek Carr fumbled the ball and they called roughing the passer and gave it back to him. I just want to get y'all opinions on that. And what's the state do y'all feel like the NFL is going in at this point?
Can I go ahead and just let this off my chest? I'm sorry. Terrible and terrible. Like, luckily the Chiefs found a way to win the game. But it's just terrible, bro. Like, at some point, fam, like, you can't isolate one position. I get it. Quarterbacks are the most important position in the game, so you do have to take a little extra caution with them. They're not supposed to get hit as much, yada, yada, this and the third. Cool. But at some point, bro, you can't. Folks are just doing their job, man. You can't penalize a guy for doing his job the right way. And they're already in their mind thinking about every DN at this point is expressed how they think about sacking a quarterback at this point, fam. Like, they got to think about playing that part of the game. Tackling should be a non-factor for anybody. But now you got to think about it. Even when, we take it to the targeting, defenders have to think about how they're going to tackle another man who's running full speed at them because they don't want to get penalized. On top of the injury aspect and everything else. And so, bro, I just feel like you're robbing people of great plays, production, and shoot. You rob people of the game. Because, like, now you don't know what's going to happen. A dude fall the wrong way. Now, granted, it's stemming from the Tua thing, correct? Like, a team makes a wrong decision about a player, and now everybody's being overly cautious. Cool. But, like, now we got people debating if we should have an extra review to the review of the play to see if, hey, I think that's a bad call by the refs. Let's look at it again. Send it to New York. Like, bro, now the game. I mean, granted, there's a space for that because there's a lot of calls that need to be reviewed in terms of PI, all those different things. I think they have the room for that, but like it's adding extra to the game that shouldn't be added, right? So, and I think it's clear when someone's doing something egregious to a player.
So, Chad, I agree with y'all. I do believe roughing the passer should have been a reviewable call, only because it makes and breaks a game. So, like, let's say KC goes down and loses that game off of the Raiders going down at the end and scoring. Well, we don't know what KC would have did before half in terms of getting the ball back and going and score a touchdown field goal, because the flip side, the Raiders went down and kicked the field goal. I didn't watch the Bucs game, but I heard it was a Tom Brady call.
Bro, it was a game. It would have been a game. It would have given Atlanta a chance to win the game, bro. Finish the game off.
That was terrible.
And no one talks about him trying to kick my man's when he get off the ground. Like, he wasn't even on it for much than a second. Like, Tom Brady gets a extra level of treatment.
And a lot of people said this is stemming off of Tua, and also they say that it just needs to be consistent. I believe like it does need to be consistent all the way around. But the refs are deciding these games, and I don't like how they decide in the games and outcomes of games.
And it's just not like, to your point to consistency. It really depends on what ref it is, because every ref's not calling it.
Yeah,
like every ref not calling it. First of all, Derek Carr fumbled.
Yeah, that one should have been thrown out either way it went.
Yeah, and I think to mitigate some of these egregious calls, I think they do need to go into reviewing, right? Yeah. I think they do need to make that reviewable, because Grady Jarrett, that was not understand what they trying. He slung him to the ground, but if a guy's running and his momentum's going one way and you're going the other way, well, I mean,
his only option was literally either swing him to the ground or body slam him, and then the call would have been reasonable. Like, what you want to do?
So how would you do the reviewable instance? So I know they get one challenge. Do they get unlimited challenges with these things? Do they get 2.5?
So I think who was it? Colin put up a idea like, hey, you have your regular challenge that you always had, right? That's for whatever, but you have this one for a call. Most people hold it for late because you got the roughing the passer, you got the PIs that are like skeptical, like, hey, you got this one challenge of a challenge that sends the play to New York.
They know.
What you mean?
And review.
Yeah, I don't think so. But this would will give you that right. So, um, the call, whatever the call may be, and especially in a tight game, like, hey, this is my chance to use this one challenge about this call that I don't agree with. Let everybody in New York see it, so it's not just these guys on the field. So we can look at in New York they have the rule book with them, what classifies as what, and then you go for that. So you still keep your regular challenge. I think it says the best one, so it's not like, hey, you get 5 of these challenges a game, and the game's too.
Louis brought up a good point. He said it should go to New York, and D. Alexander did too. Every time it should go. So in terms of that, this is what I would say. If it goes to New York, they should not call the roughing the passer, or should they call it? Because it's gonna basically get reviewed either way it go. It's like a turnover in simpler terms.
I think they should take that approach, like the way college takes that approach, how they review targeting, and if it is, then they enforce it. If it's not, then they just go on with the game. I think they need to have that same approach.
Yeah.
Right. So either it's a sack or it's not a sack. It's either a sack or roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think everybody in the world agrees that those two that happened over the weekend, 3 if you was watching the Chargers game that happened over the weekend, are not roughing the passer calls. Right. Those are normal football plays. There were no extra steps. There were no egregious hits. It wasn't none of that. It was just missed calls.
Yeah. And they got enough room for that in New York because every game they have like a syndicate where they send different plays up anyway. So if they might have like 2 or 3 more people in the box in New York, but that's for every game because it's only 5 games at a time on Sunday. One the first half, then the second half, and the last game.
Yeah.
And you already like, and it's already hard to play defense. Like these guys getting held every play, like they trying to guard receivers running backwards. Like it's already tough for these guys as it is. They're trying to make it easier and easier for quarterbacks, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, it should be. I think it should be getting more difficult with the quarterbacks. They kind of just giving them a bailout basically. So a bad play happens because, like Derek Carr, a bad play happened, and they basically bailed out with an extension of the drive. But
so Tevin said he can't respond in the chat, but he's texting me. He's like, to the point of the roughing the passer call on Derek Carr, he was like he fell on top of him, and they should have been called because he fell on top of him.
No,
because he fumbled.
He didn't have the ball, so it's no longer considered to be that.
The rule goes null and void about the falling on top if he fumbles the ball, which he did. If he held possession of the ball, then yes. But he fumbled and they said it's null and void. And that was from New York. So it should have been roughing the passer.
Correct.
It shouldn't have been roughing the passer, excuse me.
So chat and Darius and Zoo, what's the power rankings this week? Who y'all got at? Give me your top 5. We ain't gonna go 10. Top 5 power rankings in the NFL right now.
Well, Philly. After this weekend, I'm gonna go Buffalo at 2. I'm gonna go. Say again.
Can I pause you?
You can wait. You can wait.
Nah, you can pause them. Go ahead.
Let me get KC. I might go San Fran at 4. I might go San Fran at 4 and Dallas. My bad.
Okay.
Put Dallas over where Kansas City is at, and then you put KC at 5.
So I agree with the teams, but let me address Buffalo, and I feel like everybody is hyping Buffalo to the max, bro. Like, okay, all right.
Let me say this before you go. If they beat the Kansas City Chiefs
I won't say a word.
by 20, does it have to be a point margin, or do they just gotta beat them?
If they go out there and smack Kansas City, had they got love for smacking the Rams, who we all agree is terrible.
Yeah.
Had they got love for smacking Tennessee, who all we get is very average, and who they got love for smacking Pittsburgh, who we all agree is terrible. Like they getting love for smacking these terrible teams. Now they go out there.
Now, granted, the Rams smack was week 1, and we didn't know what kind of Rams we got. We did think highly of them, so let's not even act like that.
That still stinks, bro. It's been 5 weeks and they're horrible.
Hey, hold on. I got.
The 2 teams they play are playoff teams: the Ravens, who should have won, and the Dolphins that they lost to. Right?
But they should have won.
Huh?
They should have won.
They should have won.
They should have won.
So you can cancel those 2 out then.
but they lost.
All right, but
they stole one and lost the one.
Yeah, they stole.
So look, dude.
Here's my point. Like they getting love for beating these teams that probably won't even be in the conversation come December.
True, but like we can't help their schedule. The same way people talk down on Philly, they say they schedule light and
they think top 5 team for sure.
Yeah,
but they just
so run your order. Just run your order then. Let's just.
I got Philly at 1.
Yeah,
I got San Fran at 2.
He got Dallas at 3.
I got Dallas at 3.
He got KC at 4 and the Bills at 5.
Okay. That's fair though.
So look, this is what Chad said. Will said he got Philly, Bills, Ravens, Chargers, Chiefs.
He said Ravens.
Yeah. D. Alexander said he got Bills, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Patriots.
Who said that?
D. Alexander.
He got who?
He got Bills, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Patriots.
Bro, Patriots not even in the top 15. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Keep it a buck with guns. He's
but now to Will's point, I wouldn't mind saying Baltimore was the top 5 team in the league. Honestly, right? If you recommend their loss versus Buffalo off of a missed play, they in the top 5. So to say they a top 5 team is not a stretch, bro.
It's not a stretch, but they ain't better than the 5 we named, fam. Let's just go.
Hey, bro.
They said, hey, they said, hey, bro, stop disrespecting them. And Will said, what's funny, John?
I love the commitment, fam. I love your commitment.
I get somebody up and down that better than Buffalo.
I bet you would.
And Kansas City.
Look, this is what I'm proud about, chat. Y'all know Darius, top left. For any new followers or any new people that just joined.
Either the top left or the very top, depending on your screen.
Y'all know he always puts the Chargers in the top 5 of anything, bro. So with him just not putting them in there, I'm cool with whoever else he put in. He could have put the Rams in the top 5. I'd have been cool with it.
Brother.
I ain't got us in there yet.
Speaking of the Rams, while we here, speaking of Rams,
they need Odell next. Next topic. Yeah, Chad, they need Odell, right? Cool. Next topic.
Would you pay him?
Yeah. You don't see their offense?
Who, OBJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can pay me.
All right, Chad, we going to end early tonight.
Okay.
Knee and short problems.
Yeah.
So week 6 preview. Or is it week 6? Yeah, week 6.
It's going into week 6, yeah.
So who y'all got winning out of Philly versus Cowboys?
That's the game.
That's the game of the week.
That's the game.
That showdown of the week.
And I'm still siding with Philly because they look complete. And I don't know what Dallas is gonna do. Is it Cooper Rush or if it's that? If it's Cooper Rush, I don't think Cooper Rush takes you over the top enough.
Cowboys
to do it.
I think Philly wins.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah. And then Dak come back off of 5 weeks of nothing, doing nothing.
I think Cooper Rush will finish the season this year. Just my honest opinion.
Ooh, that's wild.
Tevin said Cowboys defense playing playoff ball.
That's true.
This is what I'm saying though.
Like it's a game. I think Philly wins because they have a defense that can keep giving their offense possessions. But Philly's offense is going to be challenged the most they've been challenged all year by an actual contender of a defense. So
yeah, who blocking?
Jalen Hurts
Michael Parsons out there, man.
If you don't believe he has yet.
And they playing with a 3rd string left tackle, Joy Malata out, Andre Dillon not back yet. So Driscoll got his work cut out.
Cowboys don't win these games.
They got to run the ball.
Yeah.
They got to.
I'm going to go with Philly, though. I mean, to the point, not because of the defense. I'm going to go with Philly because, to John's point, they probably the most complete team. You talking about playing good offense and playing good defense. Yeah. I don't think they being the Cowboys, would have the success they had on the ground as they've had the last 2 weeks that's been helping Cooper Rush out. And I just think Philly going to make one more play. I do think it's going to be a close contest, but I think Philly going to make that 1 or 2 more plays that'll put them over the top.
So let's say this. Let's say Dak starts. Who you got?
I got Dallas.
I still got Philly.
I got Dallas. I got Dallas with Cooper Rush. Look, this is what I think the difference is going to be. Michael Parsons is probably going to be the difference maker in the entire game.
Probably.
And if they can pressure Jalen Hurts, or I would just say even make him hold the ball a little bit longer. It's gonna start getting to him because the first couple of games he's been getting out quick, whatever it may be. But I mean, long as you get him to hold the ball and make him actually read defenses, he could possibly struggle. We don't know his development on that side. He looked good the first 5 weeks, but we don't know his development. Does he has the patience to sit in the pocket and make the open reads or whatever it may be? Because we know that they probably gonna spy him or contain.
We ain't see that in Minnesota against Minnesota. We ain't calling that. We ain't claiming that. It's like him reading and finding the open spots and nothing like that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say.
I'm just asking.
He played a good game.
He played a good game. I ain't say he didn't play a good game, but I mean, like, is Minnesota defense on a level of
Dallas?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody on their level except for San Fran. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I'm saying, well, I guess it is an opportunity for him to make another stride.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he gonna, fold or succeed, but I'm just saying you can see the struggle.
So we get to see Trevion Diggs versus AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking for.
That's gonna be exciting.
That is what I'm looking for. And then on the other end, we get to see CD versus D Slate.
CD drop another ball.
He dropping too many balls for me.
I'm done talking about him, fam. I promise you that.
Gallo's gonna have a bigger game.
I'm calling Vic first.
But he still has more season than Terry McLaurin, bro.
He's still not there. But it's because Carson Wentz is there.
No.
I'm like, Carson Wentz is having
okay season.
He's having a decent season, but it ain't like he just hit my man money balls.
Hey, cuz can't get open. It sound like to me.
Okay, that's what we're going with. All right.
Hey. Okay. So what about the Bills Chiefs? What y'all got? I got the Bills. Is it?
You need the Bills.
I need the Bills. I need the Raiders last week, but honestly, you can't.
You need the Bills, so yeah, you know who you going with.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills.
I might put a ticket in to come see you about it, but make sure you're okay when they end the game when they beat them by 20.
He's really overrated, bro. I'm gonna put it out there.
CD 30 in fantasy. 30 in fantasy.
I age you in. You see what Nick Wright said about it. Don't disrespect Pat Daddy.
I don't really, bro. Nick Wright is the Patrick Mahomes cheerleader. I hope he watches this somehow, but he loves.
He definitely is, bro.
He's the bro.
Is he not worth it though? Not worth the praise?
He is.
He is, but.
And he be pushing it though. He act like nobody else plays the quarterback position. The only Patrick
I agree with that. He has some odd takes. Let's say that about everything. Let's just say that.
Are they on the same level though?
Who?
Like, let's just as Patrick Mahomes. Like
this year?
Patrick Mahomes.
What are you saying? Like over a whole? Are you saying over the whole career? I mean, or are you just talking about this year?
You can say. I mean, this year.
Yes. I think this year the best two quarterbacks are Josh and Lamar right now.
The games we see,
and then Jay Herbert.
Patrick, but when we see Patrick beat Patrick in these games, we ain't seeing nobody else doing that. We ain't seeing nobody 360 damn near looking backwards doing this.
So can we say is Patrick Mahomes, or can we give credit to Airbnb and Reed?
Well, people say it ain't Airbnb either. So I mean, I'm talking about making the play though. Like the call is a call.
I mean,
but we seen him make an extra of the play. Now, does he do it too much sometimes? Absolutely, gets him in trouble. But
you do hate Patrick though, Darius. This is the crazy part.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a good game versus Tampa Bay, but I'm not impressed outside of that, bro. He played
are we okay? My thing is, are we getting used to him making so many spectacular plays that it's like
he didn't have a good game versus y'all?
No, he had no good game versus. He threw like 6 interceptions. They got called back.
They didn't count, huh?
They didn't count.
They didn't count, huh?
They count in my book.
Okay. What, you talking about what? You talking about the what ifs, right?
Bro, he made one good play to Justin Watson for a touchdown, bro. Free safety blew the play. He wouldn't even supposed to be open. Whatever.
Hey, Darius, you think if they put you on the Chargers, y'all Super Bowl champs?
You put me on anybody, we Super Bowl champs.
Okay, let that ride. What y'all think about it? I think against Baltimore, the Giants game gonna be better than people think.
I think it is too.
Brian DeBoer, coach of the year right now.
Yeah, you got to.
He went up in London with Darius Slayton. And won the game.
Yeah, but Darius Slayton, I don't know. I just don't understand why he wasn't playing up to this point. But that's another thing. But I mean, hey, Wills, I know you watching chat in the chat, my boy. lace your boots up, family.
Do y'all think that the Packers lost that game or the Giants won that game? I mean, that's kind of a repetitive question.
I think you go out there and you score 17 straight points, unanswered points.
The Giants won that game, fam.
Yeah, I definitely think the Giants won. They made the adjustments.
Aaron Rodgers coming down to reality though. He's coming down to the real world finally.
Hey, chill, Wills. He says I'm about the Saints gonna lose. Chill.
You gotta relax. I'm in that thing standing 10 toes too, my brother. So don't worry about it.
Look. I know the NFL was great, and we got some good games coming up this weekend. But let's flip the switch into. Let's talk about it. Let's flip the switch into this. No, we're not talking about it. You keep clapping. We ain't talking about it. So, no, all right, cool. We can talk about it real quick. Darius.
Yeah, man,
let's talk about it.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
All right, Zulu. You want the flow. Everybody mute themselves. Let's listen to No Haircut John talk. Let's go.
Dang, what disrespect got to be throwing in that film? Is that what we got going? Anyway, I just want to say, bro, I just remember speaking on what the Volunteers are at this moment. And I remember all the flag I got. Oh, they're going to lose in Death Valley. They might lose to Florida. And it was one particular guy in this middle right here. Mr. Moderator here, talking crazy like I don't know what I be talking about, fam. I be seeing.
You don't. You said Miami was gonna win.
Hey, it's not that wasn't my fault. That's not me. That's not on me. That's on them. Anyway, we talking about UT right now.
So this is on UT, not you either, my boy.
Guess what? I'm just saying. Hey, I told you what they were gonna look like, why they were gonna look like how they look, and it's come to fruition. And they might mess around, depending on Bryce Young's situation. But I'm confident with them going against, even with Bryce Young playing, I'm confident in them going in.
I don't know about that, but I'm very confident they will score.
Yeah. That's
Go ahead, Darius.
I think, and I told y'all this before.
Louis said roll tide to let y'all know.
Tennessee is the best team in the SEC.
No.
They're the best team in the SEC.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the best.
East, possibly. Yeah, I give you that. SEC East, yeah.
Listen, even if Bryce Young plays, I still think Tennessee wins the game, right?
We'll see.
Because if you look at the Alabama games that they played close, right? You talk about Texas. What happened? Quinn Ewers had his way until he get hurt, right? They go in and play Texas A&M. Haynes Kings, as terrible as he is, was finding open men. Now you got a Heisman candidate. And you're going to Knoxville. You got.
He is playing excellent, chat.
A shaky secondary.
Okay.
In Alabama. If Will Anderson cannot get the pressure, they cannot get the pressure that they get versus Texas A&M. It's going to be
literally the only one. He's like the only one that makes it happen too.
No, it's not. 15 Turner definitely makes that happen too.
Dallas Turner nice too.
You're not gonna discredit him.
It's a very vast difference when Will Anderson's not on that field. I'm not saying Turner's not a good player, but it's a vast difference.
I mean, he's just getting doubled. So I mean, if that makes the difference, then yeah.
It's gonna be a long. Ian said Tillman is supposed to return for the.
That's what I was gonna ask.
So it's gonna be a long day if they cannot get that pressure, and the ball comes out quick. Now, let me flip this. Nick Saban is we all know is probably the greatest college football coach to ever coach football. So I expect him to have, if not the best game plan that Tennessee Volunteers are going to see.
Yeah.
But will it be enough?
Yeah.
Right. So because Tennessee got some burners.
So let's talk about this A&M game real quick. Not to switch the subject. Do we really believe if Bryce Young played fully healthy, that game is close versus A&M?
Yep.
No. You know it's not close. They had 4 turnovers, Darius.
What does that mean? Good job to defense.
Okay.
Can we say if Max Johnson played, did Texas A&M win the game?
They was not going to win it with Max or not. So it could have been a closer game though.
One bogus play call probably could have won one non-bogus play call probably would have won the game.
But this is what you got to limit. How often do we sit here and see Bryce Young turn the ball over? Just turn the ball over. Like a freshman starting his first game at home did on Saturday night.
That don't mean that. But here's the thing, though, right? Like you said, if Bryce Young played, that Alabama is the game close. if Max Johnson play and if backup play is the like it's plays Haynes King missed that really should have won Texas in the game. Like Mushin Muhammad wide open and he.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. All right, look. So the first half played, the quarterback fumbled twice. They scored touchdowns off of him. That was their only possessions that they got touchdowns off of. This is, I believe, if Bryce Young is playing, they don't turn the ball over. Texas A&M still is struggling to score touchdowns. I believe Texas A&M would have came out of that game with 10 points. With Max Johnson playing. Yeah. With him playing. We all know Max ain't that guy. Come on, man.
Well, he's a better thrower.
He definitely is. I will agree with that. But,
so
I mean.
If them plays are still open in, it's going to be a wrap.
That's my point. Those plays are still called, whether it's Max Johnson or Haynes King. Those people still are going to be open.
But
he was.
But he gets okay. Hypothetically, those plays are still open. Did they score a touchdown? Do they score a touchdown off of that one play he missed throwing?
Yes.
Yes, he's wide open. It wasn't even close.
Nobody's around him.
How many times? Twice, 3, 4, 5? How many times? Twice, 3, 4, 5?
Probably two. Probably two for sure.
He missed 2 touchdowns and he missed like just move the sticks type plays.
So how many times do you think Texas A&M stop Bryce Young?
Probably not too many.
So I just don't think even if they scored them touchdowns, Alabama would have probably scored 40, maybe 50. That's just what I think with Bryce Young. That's it. Not saying that A&M, because we definitely texted about this. I don't know why Jimbo Fisher had this great idea of running a stop and comeback on the goal line. After you just had the 5-star Evan Stewart just catch on 2 people. But I don't get paid to make the dollars. So.
You could have gave him anything else.
But you literally could have ran anything else.
But do y'all see Bryce Young playing against Tennessee this week?
They said
I don't think he's going to play.
I don't think he's playing.
They going to lose.
Zip it up.
They going to lose.
Zip it up.
I don't like how the freshman QB over there, he don't take care of the ball. He don't.
Still play like he has to.
Yeah. I was thinking of the words to what he do. Lackadaisical with the ball, whatever it may be, but he doesn't prize it.
He could be totally different coming to UT because he's played a game, he get coached up on the proper things to do this.
I don't think
legs help him out a lot.
I don't think Bill's system worked for him. His system more of throwing with Bryce Young. You just look at the game, you can tell.
I'm just saying. I mean, from a developmental standpoint, we just never know if it changes or not. But I mean, right now
No, right now it's not working. It won't work because he needs more. Here's 2 reads. If one of these people is open, then you take off.
Yep. And if the worst case scenario, find one. Let's go ahead.
So what's y'all final prediction on that game score?
If Bryce Young plays, I think it's a shootout.
Yeah.
But I think Tennessee wins 49-45. If Bryce Young don't play, I think it's a double-digit win for Tennessee.
I think it's a blowout for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying 14 at the minimum if they beat them out. So.
John Piper will probably win Coach of the Year, and Henry will probably be Heisman if they win it.
It mess around, ain't a bad look. What y'all think about the only other big game I think that's like changing the tide would be that Michigan Penn State game.
You know the crazy part about it is, where's that game being played? Because when I picked Utah last week, I thought they was at home. They definitely was not at home. So, where's it at? Ann Arbor?
Yeah.
I got Michigan.
It's in Michigan, the big house.
I got Michigan.
Joe Klatt made a point and said that each team presents what the other team necessarily isn't great at. But he said there's a guy, I forgot the D lineman's name for Penn State, that's coming back that helps them fit against runs. You know, we think their defense is really good, talented, especially in the secondary.
He's the best corner in college football.
But he's like, they're getting a D lineman, I forgot to put his name down, that'll help against that run. And if you make the young QB in Michigan play, you might have a chance because your secondary is who they are.
And that's my point. And I'm glad you brought that up. To pivot my point, I don't think McCarthy gets the job done. I mean, is it McCarthy or McNair? I don't think
McCarthy. You're right, JJ.
I don't think he gets the job versus Penn State.
I don't think Sean Clifford gets the job done in Ann Arbor.
think Sean Clifford's having his best season as the starting quarterback at Penn State.
That was the same thing like 2 years ago. He was undefeated and then they took a tumble with Jahan.
He was young. He's a 6-year senior. He's a 6-year senior now.
Well, that 4 years, bro.
Michigan offense is too one-dimensional. They rely on Blake Corum way too much.
And he's definitely like that.
He's super nice. Blake Coram's super nice. But I think they rely on him way too much. I think you take him out the game and make 9 beat you, it becomes a different aspect and a different dynamic for Michigan.
I think that's what's going to be the game plan, to make them 9 beat you.
Or I think Penn State don't really have an identity on offense. Like, they just scored the way they can, right? So whether it's throwing the ball, whether it's Sean Clifford correcting with his legs, or whether it's in a running game, I don't think you really can key in like they can key in on Michigan. Like, they make 9. Let's see if 9 can really play quarterback. Right. I think it's going to be the game plan for James Franklin and the Netherlands.
So, if you calling it right now, who you picking?
I'm taking Penn.
Shake the table, man. Yeah, let's go Nittany Lions, man. Shake the table up.
Who you picking?
Penn State. Shake the table up for sure.
What was shaking about the table? It like you act like you picked Michigan. Look,
I mean, Michigan 5, Penn State beat them. Man, the table shook.
All right, this is the only rant I go on, chat, and y'all gonna hear from me every week from here on out. All right, fight on. Lincoln Riley, Coach of the Year, right now. But I'm gonna let you know, I'm a little worried this week.
Yeah, they got y'all plus 3.5. It's crazy that they still favored Utah after they just got smacked by UCLA.
Like, yeah,
I wouldn't say they got smacked, but I didn't like Utah. Didn't look like I thought they would look. UCLA looked very good. UCLA looked very good.
Them man UK getting over right now, bro.
Man, UK, we ain't talking about no UK.
I was gonna ask him how y'all feel about both of them still being, but I mean,
who? Utah,
and UK. I'd rather Utah over UK, but they both getting over.
Okay. I honestly think, personal opinion, both of them are overrated.
I agree.
Right. I don't think Utah is a top 3 team in the Pac-12 after watching 2 games, and I don't think UK. I don't care if your star quarterback goes down. South Carolina is terrible. You don't go out there and lose to South Carolina in the fashion you lost to
at home.
At home, right? So I don't understand like what the hype is about UK. I really don't understand what the hype is about Will Levis in general, let alone UK, right? So like Will Levis don't play, and y'all forget how to play defense too. Like South Carolina's not that special. I didn't watch them people play. They're not that special. And Utah, I feel like the media is still riding that wave of Utah from last year.
Utah was very good. They was very good last year.
They was very good last year, but they're not that no more.
That's a true statement.
Right? You got Zach Charbonnet, who almost had 200 yards on the ground.
He's probably going to do that to everybody in the Pac-12.
DTR did what he wanted to. He threw an interception late trying to end the game, but he did what he wanted to in the passing game. Right, so I don't really understand why USC, who probably got the most potent offense in the Pac-12, is the underdog versus a team that's got 2 losses. And we got the 6th team in the country.
Well, it's a trap game. They don't normally play well in 2 places, Corvallis and Utah. They can start with a P. I don't want to mess it up. Another thing is, if you've really been watching USC the past 3 weeks, the offense ain't been looking as potent as you think it has been looking.
I have. It's been slowing down, but on paper, it's potent.
On paper, it's like that. But this is what I say. USC football right now is in a great direction. But the one thing I would say is our defense is playing a lot better. We still can't stop the fucking run. But
y'all not. Yeah, like it's not like a total numbers that y'all killing it, but y'all got what takeaway number 1 in the country takeaways right now.
Probably not no more, but.
I think today, as of today, still the 1 in takeaways, and I forgot another stat that's in y'all favor, but
we got a lot of injuries too. But Corey Foreman is disappointing me. But we ain't gonna talk about that. I'll tell you off stream.
I mean, but still, like when you line up the Pac-12, I would still take Kelly Williams, Mario Williams, and Jordan Addison and Troy Dye over any offense in the Pac-12.
Yeah, easy.
And that's including UCLA, who I think is the 2nd best offense, and that's including Oregon, who I think is the 3rd best team in the Pac-12. Utah.
I think Oregon getting over too. I don't think
I don't think Oregon's that good.
I think they getting over too right now. No cap.
That really is, but I don't know. I like what I saw from Oregon when they played Washington State. I mean, you can't take much of what they played versus last week against Arizona, but so far, I mean, since that Georgia game, they look like a completely different team.
True.
Maybe it's the competition. I mean, Washington State is a very good opponent, but
what we think about this TCU versus Kansas game this past week? Was that last play a pass interference? Which y'all call that?
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Bro, he literally grabbed him and stopped. If he don't grab him, it's a completed pass. Yep. If he don't grab him, bro.
Do y'all think if Daniels get hurt, they win? Don't get hurt, they win?
I think. No.
I mean, LeBron came in like it was like no problem. So I just.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was still hard to call. And not to take away from TCU, Sonny Dykes is doing a terrific job down there.
Yeah.
In Fort Worth.
They're a really good team.
Kansas, I think Kansas got robbed.
I think they did too.
Bro.
They got robbed.
You can't do that, bro.
You can't do that. Like, you can't miss that. That was the second call they missed. They missed the horse call the play before that.
Yeah.
Then you missed the pass interference. So I don't know if Sonny Dykes had that TCU money on the line or what, but it was like, you missed two crucial calls in the end of the game. It's tough.
What's your calls this week?
What's my calls?
Yeah, go ahead. Where the money at?
I'm glad you asked. I thought you never asked, right? So if I was a big man, right, and there's a lot of good games, a lot of favorable matchups, and since we're on the subject, we're going to take Kansas +9 versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma has been the biggest disappointment in college football this year. They started off so well, got to the number 6 in rankings, took a beating, then took another beating, and here they are going against the Red Hot Jayhawks. I understand that your man's not playing, but I think Bean is more than capable. He was the starter for 8 games last year, so I think he'll get the job done. Another game that I like a lot. I mean, I already talked about Tennessee. I already talked about Penn State. Here's a Big Ten team that's flying under the radar in Illinois. They are playing a lot of good football right now. They got a marquee matchup with Minnesota. I think that's going to go down to a wire, real slow, traditional Big Ten football where both teams just want to run the ball. And they got one of the best back days in Illinois. Got one, well, actually 2.
I say back to back. Both
yeah,
of them.
2 of the top 10 running back, top 5 running backs in my opinion in the country that are facing off in Muhammad Abraham and Chase Brown, and Chase Brown for Illinois, who I think is probably one of the most complete backs in college football. So this is going to be exciting to watch. And Oklahoma State and TCU is going to be fireworks probably. Spencer Sanders, he gets better as the year goes on. But if I was a big man, I'd ride the high hand, which would be TCU, and take them at +7.5.
NC State, Syracuse. Top 25 matchup.
That's tough.
Syracuse playing some ball, bro.
Syracuse is playing excellent ball. Schrader's doing a tremendous job at the quarterback position. I can't really call it because NC State one of those teams you really can never just always count out. Debbie Leary is not living up to the expectations that his draft stock had, but again, I'm gonna win one. I'm gonna roll with the team who's been finding a way to win at the end of the game, and that's been the Syracuse Orange.
Yeah, I think it's at Syracuse. So that's just another little sprinkle of why they can win.
State versus UK. You got them +14 or -14? Not in terms of gambling or anything like that, but you got them winning by 14 plus. Let's say 10 plus or 10 under. Whoever you got winning.
Mississippi State.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna take State the way UK look.
I hear your team. I'm taking Mississippi State, and that's if Will leave his play, whether he play or not. I'm not convinced.
Man, you got a quarterback he hate in college and a quarterback he hate in the NFL. Man, just hate every QB.
You gonna have one somewhere. Always.
Hey.
I'm taking Will Rogers and the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I'm taking them too. So let's get on the theory of this. I know this will be the last topic. Let's get on the theory of this. Brian Kelly, you think you like him going for all those 4th downs?
Yes, but
the one before the half, you question?
Yeah,
No.
Mr. 4
No, let me tell you why. Right, because the momentum was all in Tennessee's favor. Right, so you get a fourth down, there's a momentum swinger. So he's trying to swing the momentum. He's trying to give his offense some juice, some energy going forward. I mean, it didn't work out in his possession.
You know which one I'm talking about, right? The one right before half?
We had Tennessee went down, they got the field goal and all that good stuff. Yeah. But I think you don't you gotta go for that right now, bro? Because you didn't have the first half. You didn't have Tennessee didn't put the smacking on you. You trying to get some point in the halftime.
I agree with you that it's not a bad call, but it's a bad call for the situation. Because your offense already. Well, first off, the game started off with some shit. So they jumped off the game with some ish. So for you to go down into half just down 13, just knowing that, we played the worst special teams, offense and defense. We down 13 and a half or 14, whatever it was, at half. But now you gave the momentum up because you didn't get it, because now they went down and scored a field goal and they got ball at the half. So now they didn't win the 4-minute battle.
That's my biggest fear with it. Like knowing they getting the ball back.
I understand you for sure.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like knowing they getting the ball back and you only down that much, like we can settle, get out my hey, look, you go in the locker room, tell them, hey, this is our worst. Like you said, it's our worst football. Let's shake back. Let's play some defense. Defense, you've been doing great up to this point. Give us one more chance. Offense, get right.
As we know in our chat, we got somebody who was like, "This is who LSU hired." I don't know where people get this from. Like Brian Kelly don't know X and O's. I mean,
like he ain't a good coach or something.
I think it's going off the deep end. Like just like every other first year head coach, he was going. These are the challenges, right? These are not his players. This is not his offense that he tried to implement with reps. Like all of this got to take into account. Like we as you see, Keyshawn Boutte's been a non-factor this year.
Apparently, they don't know how to get him the ball. I haven't learned it yet. But that's not the problem. The problem is this. I don't know how many times you got to start number 5 at QB for LSU to get it, but each week it looks the same. It's not one thing that you come out that week before and be like, he did this better.
Yeah, I agree.
He makes the same mistakes. He don't know his I sit there and examined I believe it was a third down play. They were going in to score, possibly. I'm not for sure. And they ran. I was on the phone with Zoo. They ran a man-beating play.
The one-on-one?
The one-on-one.
Yeah.
The linebacker gave him all he needed to know. He chased the running back. He looking at him. And you telling me you don't know your other hot reads? You don't know you got your tight end on the drag, you got your other guy on the drag, and you got your running back on a wheel route? We all know them are man-beating plays. Them all rubbing plays. Crossers rub. We got the running back trying to rub off of him. And you take a sack.
Terrible, bro.
You take a sack.
It's like
and then knock him out of field goal range.
Yeah. No anticipation, bro. Like if it ain't just in his face wide open and literally it's got to be in his face for like 3 seconds, he ain't throwing it. And I
that ain't true,
bro. Cause I was a fan. I thought he was gonna be something.
No, fam.
He proved me wrong.
Arizona State.
Hey,
bro, if he couldn't do nothing against the Pac-12 defenses, fam, and they are below the best one they've been having recently was Utah, and then probably Washington when he was there, his freshman year. Every other defense has been
below average.
Way below average.
Speaking of Pac-12, my last little question and point for the night is Chip Kelly back?
Chip Kelly's back.
Chip Kelly coaching.
Back?
Chip Kelly coaching.
You got my boy DTR looking like him.
I just think DTR ability as well. Chip Kelly has some great X and O's too.
Yeah.
He finally got his recruits in. They look a lot better. But
he understands, bro. Like Chip Kelly understands offense, and he know how to maximize his players' talents. He know how to play within the realm of DTR. Like he didn't look like that his first 2 UCLA.
True. But the one thing he always gonna have a problem with, the man of Troy up there. Look, chat. We love y'all. All I'm going to say is fight on again. We appreciate y'all coming out to another podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Final Possession. follow on here, Final Possession as well. Y'all can tweet either one of us. We'll have it in the description on YouTube, each of our Twitters. So if y'all got any topics that y'all want us to talk about or come to the next podcast, or y'all want to discuss players, whatever it may be, coaches, X and O. Louis said roll tide one last time. Just let us know. Tweet us. Other than that, y'all got anything else? Darius hate every QB.
Ball gang or don't bang.
Zoo, you got anything about Miami?
I'm cool on that. Hey, it's all about you. But either way, you know what's going on this weekend, man. Who that?
Other than that, we love y'all. We are out. Peace.
Peace and elbow grease, people.